Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Sunday the 10th, and today was a beautifully gorgeous day outside. Absolutely just could not have asked for a better day. Had a little bit of like a 5 mile an hour breeze off and on, got up, just beautiful temperatures, sun was shining all day, all kinds of just wonderful stuff. I did not sleep worth a crap again, not really sure what's going on there, just a lot of stress not going on in my life, things I'm trying to figure out what the next step is going to be and all that good things. So who knows from there, just have to keep moving forward and keep trying to make good decisions in the whole process. So went ahead, got up this morning, got a handful of things done around here, nothing really major. Ended up heading up to Ottumwa to hang out with my buddy. Took my trailer up. I had the dirt bike in it, had my recumbent bike in there also. And my buddy wanted me to go running with him. I wasn't really in the mood to run 16 miles at a sub 10-minute pace. Just really wasn't feeling it. Plus, he said he was going to be running on the highway, which didn't make sense for him, I didn't think. And I didn't want to try and run that highway without much shoulder with my dog. So I basically told him I was out on the running part. He wanted me to go riding bikes with him and stuff, which we've never actually rode bikes together. So it's one of those things that I was really kind of not that interested in, because he rides with some other people off and on. And basically all he does is bitch about how, I guess, lazy and slow and undedicated they are, and whiny and bitchy they are. And I'm not really a avid bike rider, especially my recumbent. It does not climb hills worth a damn. So I wasn't really feeling that. I kind of just woke up not feeling super excited. I already had both bikes loaded up in the trailer, so I went ahead and just texted him and said, "Hey, dude, I'm not up for the riding thing." Got there, he just finished his run, and then he ended up having to go do some running, some errands, the stores, and that kind of thing. Came back, and by then I'd changed my mind, decided I was going to go ahead and take the bike out. So I went ahead, headed out in the bike, just kind of ended up, we made a little 20 mile ride over to the next town away from us. Turned around, came back, and it was just one of those deals that it wasn't bad. There's a couple times that he kind of, basically on some of the hills, he was able to, beat me up the hills a little bit. I was able to, hold my own on the actual ride. I think I averaged 15.14 mile an hour, which is pretty damn good considering the fact I'm on a recumbent, and that's the longest ride I've made all year. I mean, like at one point I was over 20 mile an hour average the first couple miles, I think it was, and I was really kicking some ass, and then some big hills came in and just started destroying my times. One point I was 29 mile an hour on that bike, which I think may be the fastest I've ever been on that bike. That thing was really, I was rocking it pretty good. And not that long ago, I was big on, when I first started riding, when I get top of a big ass hill, I would pedal a little bit to get myself to a little bit of speed, and I would just coast on the hill to relax my legs and rest. And I've changed that mindset now. Now I'm kind of just pretty much, my legs are pumping the whole time out there on the bike. I mean, literally, I'm just pumping away. And down some of the big hills, I'm picking up a lot more speed so I can get up the next hill a little better, which seems to be working out pretty well for me. Who knows? Maybe if I would rest my legs, I'd feel better at the end of the ride. But it went pretty well. He's trying to convince me to come back up tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next weekend, do some more riding and stuff. There's like a 35-mile trip he wants to go out to the next. There's a different town north, and I'm not really sure I'm feeling that. My butt, my glutes and stuff are super sore from just the ride today. This, like I said, is the longest ride I rode all year on that damn bike. And then I got back to his place. We hung out, had another cigar in that. Ended up changing the clutch perch, which is the hand controls on my dirt bike. Throw a new clutch cable on it. Had to take the case off to get to it. No big deal. Got it all put back together. Worked out fine. Kind of adjusted a little bit. Hopefully Wednesday we're going to go up and ride Bluff Creek and try and tune it in a little better with the jetting and stuff on the carbs. It doesn't do too bad, but it just kind of falls on its face on the top end of the RPM range. So hopefully we can get that figured out, and I can get a lot more power out of that bike is what I'm after. So we'll see what happens and go from there. The main reason I took the trailer up, which I ended up loading and hanging back in the trailer and hauling it back, was I put new tires on it, and well, new to me, used tires, but new to me tires on it. And the ones that were on there were all bias ply. They were probably, I'm going to guess, at least 20 years old is what I was thinking the tires were. Really dry rotted and that kind of thing. They worked fine, never had an issue. Had one blowout, had swapped the spare onto it, didn't have a spare, so I went ahead and replaced all four tires. Kept the best of the four that were on it still as my spare, which I almost screwed up and almost did not do. Luckily I caught that before I swapped them over, but I hadn't rode anywhere. I drove to the dump and that kind of a couple times, but I wanted to see how they handled on the highway. That way, in case they blew out, I wasn't on a trip, say to Des Moines or somewhere I need to be, or even say Branson, down there to Chadwick, something like that, hauling my bikes and my kayaks and all that good stuff. So went ahead, tried it out, did fine. The tire's a little bit shorter in height than my old tires were, so the tire's a little bit lower down, and I have a raised hitch, so I'm going to have to get a lowered hitch so it levels the trailer out a little more, but that's not that big a deal. It's going to cost me $35, something like that, and I'll be good to go. So that'll be nice to have that done. Went from his place down to the dog park. Nobody there, unfortunately. It was pretty late. I kind of got a late start heading out from his place to the dog park. From there, went ahead and went for my run. And like I said earlier, my butt and that was super sore from the bike ride. My legs were sore from it. My knees surprisingly hurt a lot too, which usually is not that big an issue for me, but the bike riding thing really kind of kicked my butt. The recumbent, your feet are way out in front of you, and you can't stand up in hills and stuff, so it really kind of makes climbing a pain in the ass. But I went ahead, finished out my run. It turned out fine. It wasn't that big a deal. Headed home. I've just been basically listening to some podcast and skimming through the internet looking for different stuff. Nothing really major this evening. So I'm going to watch a little bit of Netflix. I'm going to call it a night and head to bed. So you guys have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.